Welcome to Mishna. Hey, over here in this Mishnah, I'm going to discuss the Ketoret incense, right? So Ketoret shel Shahar, right? The morning Ketoret. I talked about ben dam levarim, where we brought between the sprinkling of the blood and the haktara, the bringing of the evarim, the limbs on the mizbeach. Now, this is not precise because we just said in last Mishnah that the order was he would go ahead, sprinkle the blood. Right, that's the dam, sprinkle the blood. Then he would go bring the ketoret, and then he would set the menorah. Right, you go light the menorah first, and then he would go ahead and bring the evarim. So it's not exactly between. It is between the literally between the dam and the evarim, but in between the dam and the evarim was the ketoret, and then the nerot, right, the menorah, right, and then only came the evarim. Right, so yeah, it is in between, but it's not a clean sandwich in between. The point about Mishnah is to tell us that the Korban Tamid was broken up, right? It wasn't didn't just start. Oh, you're catching the blood, sprinkling the blood into bringing the sacrifice all the way on the mizbeach. Rather, it was broken up, and in between that was the Ketoret shel Shachar, and right, we also learned the nerot, right, the candles of the menorah. V'shel ben ha'arbaim, in the afternoon, Ketoret, I talked about ben evarim and nesachim. We'll see it was brought between the evarim and the nesachim, the libations themselves. V'yimaya kohen gadol zaken o istanis, if the kohen gadol was elderly, or he was an istanis. Istanis is someone who just gets cold quickly. So mehamin lo hamin, right, we'll let it heat up water for him. Umatilin letoch sonen, right, we could go ahead and throw it into cold water, kadesh tafuk zinatan, right, in order to remove the chill, right, from the water itself, right, to make it warmer. What would they do exactly? So Harambam says that before Yom Kippur, they would heat up like an iron rod, right, in the fire. They throw it into a fire, and they would leave it in the fire until tomorrow, until the next day, right? Because you want to heat it up for him, on Kippur. So what they do? They would heat up, it would be on fire from beforehand. The morning comes, and what would they do? They would put it out. Right, put out this iron metal thing that's really on fire. They would put it out, and with water that he's going and he's mitahir with. So as he's dipping, like he's doing his washing his hands and feet. So you do it over this this iron rod, and then it goes out. And what happens to this water? This water becomes warm. Now, isn't that a problem? So yeah, for us it would be a problem. And Rambam points out that the way we're doing it is only in Isur D'Rabbanan. Why? Because it's a melacha that our kavanah, the intention, is not to go ahead to harden the iron itself, right? Our kavanah is to heat up the water, right? And this is considered a melacha. This is considered, melacha that you're doing. You're doing it not for the point of the melacha itself, right? I'm doing something, but I'm not doing it in order to put out the flame. I'm doing it so I could, go ahead and, I'm not doing it to harden off the, not to harden off the iron itself. Rather, I'm doing it, to put out the flame. So therefore, it's melechet machshevet asrat Torah, or only a melacha with the intention is what the Torah made asur. And because it's only D'Rabbanan, and we have another concept that en shevut b'mikdash, when it comes to Isur D'Rabbanan, right, it doesn't apply in the Bet HaMikdash. Therefore, we're allowed to do this, right? That's what Rambam points out. Unique perush, right? But that's what he says, right? Because we turned it into Isur D'Rabbanan, therefore we're allowed to do it in the Bet HaMikdash. And he says, by the way, if it would be enough to just pour some hot water that was already heated from before Yom Kippur into other water, right? Into other water in order to wash with. That's also allowed, right? So as long as the Yisur D'Rabbanan, when it comes to heating up the water, we're allowed to go ahead and do so for the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur in the Bet HaMikdash.